let me tell you about something quite disturbing. Well, the Africa Center for Security and Counter-Terrorism has cautioned government against the seeming abuse of the national security operatives. The center says the country risks suffering from far-reaching effects if it fails to rethink its continued use of, quote, national security, as if it is independent of the statutory state security agencies. This caution comes on the back of arrest of two modern Ghana journalists who were released over the weekend by the national security. The incident has been condemned by a lot of people, including private newspapers, Publishers Association and the Media Foundation for West Africa. They've been describing it as embarrassing. Executive Director Suleiman Abrahima said government should be concerned about the seeming unending trend. My colleague MFWA MFWA Apau on the security desk has joined me in the studio because this afternoon there's information that the desk is getting, of course, as to why the people who are involved in this have not been sent to court, as we saw in the press statement that went around. But MFWA, you're welcome. Before I ask you for what we have now, let's listen to the Media Foundation for West Africa make the point about why this trend is worrying.
We've gotten to a situation where it's about rule of force and not rule of law. I think that it must be embarrassing for the government for this to have happened. I can't contemplate what would justify the nature and manner in which we've heard these people were picked up, and now we are hearing that they were tortured. It's something that is deeply embarrassing for our country. Those of us within this space have received several calls from the international community. Some of them saying, we've read this about Ghana, but we don't believe this could happen in Ghana. Can you confirm it for us? You know, and so I think government must immediately take steps to ensure that, yes, if these people have committed any offense or any crime, they are handled in accordance with the law and not on the basis of who has power and who can teach anybody a lesson on the basis of deploying national security to do what we are told happened.
That is Suleiman Abrahima, Executive Director of the Media Foundation for West Africa, who says that it looks like there is actually a trend of assault on journalists, which he says is worrying. This afternoon, between yesterday and now, what we know was that the two gentlemen were being processed for court. In fact, the press release that we got from the ministry had indicated that they will be in court today. But what we know is that MFWA court correspondent has been checking around the courts. Yeah. What do we know?
Okay, so our court correspondent, Joseph Akable, at the last check was in court today when we got the information that they were supposed to be in court because of that statement from the national security. He's checked all the registry, that the registry of the court, there was no sign of these two men being brought to court. And then also he's checked the notice boards and all. That did not happen. But he states also that that will not be it will not be far from the norm, because it's possible that they could have come to the court without going through these processes. But that did not happen. Also because our checks from the national security, our sources tell us that when these two men were in custody, they supposedly admitted that indeed there was another person who used to work with the media house that we were told they had compromised their system, give them the information that they had. That's how come they were able to, you know, have access to that system. We heard that there were issues of cyber crime that were brought against the two gentlemen. So they told them, they supposedly admitted that this is the guy that gave them the information. That guy has been picked up also and is being questioned. That's how come they didn't go to court today. So we are told that that guy is also being processed after investigations and questioning. Then all of them will stand trial. But I must add that when we spoke to Ejafo, who is the editor for Modern Ghana, he stated that when he was in custody, the issue about cybercrime never came up. He was not questioned about it. So the only thing that he was questioned on was the issue about the publication, two publications, he says, exactly about the National Security Minister, Kandapai, and of course, Alexander Afenyo-Marking, is the reason why they were picked up. And that at no point in time, during the 1-hour investigations and interrogation, at no point in time did this issue about cybercrime come up in the investigation.
So essentially, the two sides have been reported to you. It's up to you to make your own judgments. MFA, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And we're wrapping.
the Black Stars.
We're wrapping for the Black Stars. 2-1.
Don't make us proud.
2-0.
I've told you 2 goals in the first half.
Okay.
And then Abachi by the second half, we'll get one more.
So MFA's prediction is that 2 goals in the first half. 2 goals in the first half. If it doesn't happen,
oh, why? This is not a default.
MFA's expectation is that there will be 2 goals in the first half. As for, the rest, bottom line, we're winning. MFA Apao is a member of the security desk, bringing us up to speed on that developing story. But of course, attacks on journalists anywhere, everywhere, anytime, we condemn completely through and through.